Hi there. So, I had been getting a lot of requests for people wanting to know what I use certain plants for, what certain plants I'm using, and what I found, help with identification, things like that. And I was really having trouble, ADHD brain, figuring out where to start. Like, what should I start with? So, what plant would be the best one to start with? So I kind of just figured I would start with what I'm working with at the moment. Right now I'm sitting out here processing roots. This is chicory root, and I wanted to discuss something. You'll see a lot of people online and other herbalists and whatnot, and they're chopping roots up or chopping up parts of the plant. And don't get me wrong, I use scissors and I use knives sometimes, but I really feel that we've lost connection with our plant allies a lot, and we can learn a lot more from these plants if we use our hands. I prefer to use my hands if at all possible. So when I'm breaking apart roots, I like to just bend where I can, and a lot of times, they'll peel off in pieces that are, you know what I mean, gonna be better sized for use. So what is chicory good for? I guess another thing I should address first before I talk about what it's good for is, the whole plant is useful. Now, not every herbal plant, the whole thing is useful. Some you can just use the leaves. Some it's only the roots. You know what I mean? Some it's only flowers. Some are poisonous and you can't use them at all. But some plants you can use the whole plant. And that is something that you're probably going to hear me talk about this a lot because it kind of irritates me. I see herbalists out there and all they talk about is, oh, we're just digging this plant up for the root. That's what we want. We want just the root. And they're not paying attention to, it's like the whole rest of that plant that just gave its life for medicine or food for you is getting thrown away. When the whole plant can be used in a lot of cases. Chicory is one of those. You can use the root, stem, flower, leaves, all of it. It's all useful, even the seeds. And a lot of plants are that way. So I want to encourage you as you are researching herbs and things like that, when you see the popular stuff online about what its uses are, most people use chicory root for like a coffee replacement, okay? It's really, really high in vitamins and things like that. And it's actually really good if you roast the roots. I apologize, my kiddo came out and had a question. So a lot of people use this as like a coffee replacement. And it, if you roast the roots, it's a really good coffee replacement, actually. I prefer to use it as a tea. You can do tinctures and things like that. I apologize, another kiddo came out. Some people just don't do coffee, and that's okay. So a lot of people use it as like a coffee replacement. However, the whole plant can be used. It is really, really good for like an everyday, I guess, like tonic. It's really good for your stomach. It's really good for like appetite. If you are struggling with appetite, or say something I really love about it that I've discovered. Now, this is for me. This is going to be different for everyone. But for me, it didn't necessarily just give me an appetite. What it did was it made my body balance itself out to where I was craving what I needed. Instead of saying, oh, I need to eat a whole container of ice cream. Well, really, that's not necessarily what my body needed. My body was craving something. It was able to help me balance out better those cravings and be able to decipher the type of appetite that I have, so that I can eat healthier. You can come out. It's okay. Just come sit. Okay. My kiddo's coming out again. So, that being said, that's what it did for me. It's also really good with, like, stomach stuff. Say you have just a lot of, like, gastrointestinal struggles and things like that. Every time you eat, your body's unhappy, your stomach's unhappy. You know, it's really, really good for, like, tummy things. Another thing is it's really, really high in vitamins. It's really high in vitamins. Vitamin K, vitamin A. I know there's lots of them in there. And I know that as I make these videos, there's going to be so much information I leave out, because if I gave you all the information on one plant, A, you would never do your own research. And B, my videos would take, I would spend hours on one plant. I would spend hours on one plant, and you would get bored and you wouldn't watch the whole thing. So, that being said, I do want you to do some of your own research. You know, also, I'm going to forget important things that need to be said, because I'm just not going to remember all of it in one sitting like that. I always feel like I forget something that's important that somebody needed to know. So, what's most important for you is connect with your plants. Connect with these plant allies. Mother Nature is providing what we need, and locally around you is going to be right where you're going to find what you're needing. Right where you're going to find what you're needing. In almost all cases, I dropped one. In almost all cases. What's that?
Looks like a seed.
It is a seed, buddy. It's a piece of that grass.
Yep.
He found a little...
It was stuck to my sock.
One of these little... You can't really see it. One of the seeds from the grass from this right here. Where is it? It came off of this. But, you know, what's growing around you is what your body's going to need, especially like what grows in springtime and summertime. If you, for instance, find a lot of plants that have respiratory properties, like a lot of mullein, which is very, very, very abundant this year. I'm going to say that much. Chances are, in the wintertime, in the fall, cold and flu season, we're going to have them nasty colds and stuff that are respiratory related. It's not just going to be like little head colds and stuff. There's going to be some coughing and whatnot. Mother Nature provides. Isn't that cool?
So smooth.
Mother Nature's going to provide. He's looking at these other plants over here. Let me see. He's all excited about it. It's kind of interesting. We'll talk about other plants, I promise. But, so, Mother Nature's going to provide what your body needs throughout the seasons. And if you pay attention to what's growing around you, she connects with you that way. I also want to say, as far as magical purposes, pay attention not just medicinally to what that plant is doing and how it grows, its environment. For instance, chicory. Chicory is really, really good for like helping you open up. If you pay attention to the plant itself, it has these really long branches, okay? They like stem out. And the roots, they tend to be pretty long. And for me, that says it's helping you dig down deep and open up and expand your horizons. If you need to open something up, and if you need to gain some knowledge in other avenues, if you need to expand your horizons on your career path. Whatever it is you're looking to do magically, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, that's something I like to use chicory for. She's a really, really good one for that. I apologize, they are mowing here. So, I kind of think that's it. If there's anything else I think of, and I'll be doing more videos on chicory. I was just doing the root today. And I'm going to start uploading these videos onto a YouTube channel. I'm going to create a YouTube channel as well, just for this, because I think it'll be easier, and then people can subscribe and whatever, and save videos and go back and watch and things like that. I hope this was somewhat informative for everybody, and I hope you enjoy your day.